Hello, everyone. Today we have an exceptionally special guest joining us from Kenya. Mwende Njiraini is a telecommunication engineer by profession and is currently the African Initiative Coordinator at DiploFoundation. She previously was an associate with DiploFoundation working on developing knowledge modules for the African Union. Mwende has also played a leading role in the design of a tool for assessment for cyber defense centers. And those are just a few of her many, many wonderful accomplishments. Thank you so much for being here, Mwende.
Thank you. A pleasure to be here.
So can you explain a little bit more about how you got into this field?
Okay. The telecommunication field and
Yes.
engineering. I'm a telecommunication engineer by profession, and it's one of the things that encouraged me to join or to be an engineer was that my brother was is an engineer as well.
Mhm.
So I looked up to him and the things that he was doing, and wanted to be just like him in many ways. But more importantly is that I was really in school. I really enjoyed mathematics,
Mhm.
and in high school I enjoyed physics and the sciences, but really loved physics. So because of that, I did quite well
Yeah.
in physics and maths, and got
Awesome.
to be selected to take engineering course in one of the universities in Kenya, which is Moi University. So I did engineering um, there. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
That's amazing. It's good to hear that you were interested in something and good at it, and that led you to taking a class. It's interesting how our passions from a young age can kind of inform those things.
Yes.
What is your role as a telecommunication engineer? What do you do?
Okay. Right now, I'm working with DiploFoundation to start up the African office
Mhm.
in Kenya.
Cool.
Uh, it has been interesting because DiploFoundation has what we do is an intersection. We do capacity development for diplomats, ICT policy makers, regulators. So we are at the intersection of diplomacy and digital. So for people to understand that at the end of the day, whether it's now more and more leaders, presidents, heads of institutions are using digital assets, or for example are going on Twitter, on Facebook to release a statement.
Mm.
Previously that was not the case.
Right,
It had to be something written,
right.
but now we have you know um, diplomats, presidents,
Hmm.
heads of institutions going on Twitter and saying something, and it becomes the
Right.
position of the country. Yeah, so it's
It's
important
quite
for,
crazy.
yeah, it is. Because previously that piece of paper had to get approvals, all the
Right.
way. But now, if I think, oh no, the US has said a certain thing, I
Hmm.
come in as a diplomat from Kenya and counter or support
Hmm.
a given statement. It's important. So as DiploFoundation, we are building capacity for diplomats, and as I said, policymakers, regulators, to understand the intersection between diplomacy and the digital world. Yeah.
That's amazing. That is such an innovative idea. And I also think it's really cool that you started out, engineers, people think math, physics, what you mentioned before, but you're kind of in an intersection where you're doing your engineer work, but you're also involved in a diplomacy project. So those are two totally different fields, and it's cool that you get to work at the cross section between them.
Yes. Yeah. It's really a lot of fun.
I bet. I bet it sounds fun. Do you have
It is.
do you have a passion project that you're currently working on or a dream project that you'd like to work on in the future?
As myself, or as As a person
as
or as an
yourself?
organization?
For
As
you.
myself. Oh my goodness. I have this passion. I love baking.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. So I want to teach children, I want to teach kids how to bake, but important to that is add in the engineering aspects, the
Mm.
scientific aspects to the baking process. So when a recipe says a cup, then I can tell the kids, oh, okay, so how many halves make a whole cup? So half plus a half equals 1 cup. A quarter plus a quarter equals a half a cup. So understanding the mathematics of baking. And for example, why do cakes rise? Because there's baking powder and baking soda. So what is in that baking soda that makes the cake rise? Why do you need an egg, for example? An egg is a binding agent in a cake. So what is in an egg that makes the cake really come out really nice?
Right.
Yeah. So just the science and mathematics of baking. So that's
That's
my pet.
amazing. That's amazing. I'm also love baking, so I think I would like to take that class too.
Okay.
And again,
Okay.
you're including your interests and your passion and you're applying it to this engineering field, which is I think is really nice for people to see that you don't just have to, an engineer does not mean a certain role. In this day and age, you can apply it to so many different positions.
Yes,
Do you have
that's very true.
do you have any advice for other young women that are interested in entering either the same field or a similar field to you?
Um, as an advice to young women, I'll just say keep on keeping on. Like, don't lose hope.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you're good in, just keep at it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and whatever you love to do, again, keep at it and don't lose. Have hope, basically,
Yeah,
that
that's
things are
important.
going to work out.
That's
Yeah,
important.
yeah.
Well, thank you so, so much for joining us. I know you're crazy busy, so thank you for fitting us into your schedule and sharing a little bit more about yourself. I hope we get to talk soon.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure joining you.